And I want to take you to Nyeri County, where Chief Justice David Maraga is on a tour of service delivery, currently meeting with officials of the judiciary at Nyeri High Court. Being told that it's a service delivery tour. A tour of service delivery is the same, but all the same, Martin Munene is there for us. Martin Munene, good morning, and what do we know so far in this tour of Chief Justice in Nyeri?
Outside the Nyeri Law Courts this morning, where Chief Justice David Maraga and also the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary are currently meeting judicial officers from this particular court right now in a closed door meeting. But I must say that today the Chief Justice is expected to tour two places within Nyeri County. That is one in Nyeri Town, about 300 meters from where I stand. There are construction works going on related to the judiciary, and also in Mokoroine there are also other law courts being set up, and the Chief Justice is expected to actually go and inspect the ongoing construction works. But away from that, Sam Gituko, the Chief Justice had earlier this morning been able to meet the Governor of Nyeri County, and out of that meeting, one of the things that came out from the Governor was that they have had challenges, especially when it comes to cases related to the county. He was saying that at times they take too long, and therefore service delivery in the county is affected, especially where there are some issues that need to be sorted out in court before they can be implemented on the ground. And the Chief Justice on his part said that if Nyeri County could be able to provide a place and actually a building, then the judiciary would be willing to provide a magistrate who could be able to hear specifically cases related to the county government. And actually on the same, the Chief Justice was saying that of course the country is aware that the judiciary is facing some sort of financial crisis. They have been complaining that they are not funded enough, and the Chief Justice was saying that it would be important for county governments to be able to work with the judiciary, and also members of parliament to also be able to work with the judiciary in the construction of law courts in different areas in the country rather, so that justice can be able to be delivered swiftly in areas near the people. At the same time, Sam Gituko, I must say that the Governor in the same line on in the same conversation said that they would be willing to avail some land in another constituency in this particular county, that is Kieni constituency, where the judiciary can also be able to set up law courts. But as we speak right now, Sam, what is happening is that the Chief Justice is meeting officers of the judiciary in this particular county right now in a closed door meeting, and after that he will be moving to inspect the construction of those law courts near where I am standing currently, and then later he's going to be moving to Mokoroine, where he's going to be doing the same thing. That is what is happening currently, and as I've said, so far he's been able to meet with the county government of Nyeri, the Governor and his officers, and currently he's meeting officers of the judiciary in this particular region in a high court here in Nyeri. Back to you in studio, Sam.
Right, Munene, just before you go, just a few questions for you. First of all, you are saying that the Chief Justice is there to see or to inspect the construction of the law courts that are there, and of course you're saying that there have been challenges in the financing of the judiciary, which is a fact. It's also in the public limelight. But how long has it taken for the construction of that particular facility that is in Nyeri, and how much time is that versus how much time that had been allocated for the completion of that project?
All right, Sam Gituko, like you say, the Chief Justice has been very clear, saying that they are facing challenges when it comes to financing, and he's also asked county governments and also members of parliament through the CDF to step in assisting to ensure that actually construction of law courts in various places can actually take place. This particular court, I may not have the exact timelines, but what is happening, as you can see, this is actually a new office block. It wasn't constructed a long time ago, and this is the main court in this particular region or this particular county, and so a lot of cases come here. But now what is happening is that there was actually where the court was being held before this particular construction block or this particular law court or block was actually constructed. And so what is happening is that it has been renovated, and therefore it is actually the colonial court. It was actually there for a long time, but of course it was in a bad state, and so it had to be renovated, and that is what has been going on. And I think that actually we will be able to hear from the Chief Justice when this particular court that was actually being used sometimes earlier could actually become usable again. As we speak, Sam, he's not been able to visit there, and so we cannot be able to accurately tell the timelines in which this particular court can actually be used. Currently, this is what is there, a new block that has been used severally, or that is actually currently in use, where the courts moved from the colonial court that was existing for years. Now, hopefully, after it's done, we can have this particular block where court takes place, but also we can have cases going on in that former court where renovation is taking place. Back to you, Sam.
Right, and finally, Munene, just before you go, this is based on your knowledge in covering that region and covering the courts that are in Nyeri and the county, and it's specifically about access to justice for the residents of Nyeri. You're saying that the governor says that he is going to donate, or they are going to donate land for the construction of law courts in Kieni constituency. From your assessment, and bearing in mind that we have a situation in the country where there is backlog of cases that are older than 5 years, some of them older than 10 years. Do you think, and how do you see service delivery at the courts for people, for clients for court users who get there to seek justice? Is the challenge in as far as infrastructure is concerned, or is it just the efficiency of the judges?
And now you can imagine Kieni is actually very expensive. From where I am, it would take you 30-40 minutes to travel here. And interestingly, some of the cases that actually come from Kieni are land-related cases. And like you know, Sam, most of these cases have dragged on for years. And therefore, if, for example, the courts can actually, or the judicial system can actually be able to be hearing cases from a constituency level or even lower than constituency level, as opposed to us or having people coming to this particular court in Nyeri, then I think the dispensation of justice would be swifter, and people would feel that they have an opportunity to be heard closer home or closer to where they live. For example, like I said, after Nyeri, this is actually in Nyeri town constituency, he's going to be moving to Mukoroni, which is another constituency. For example, and if we have another law court in Kieni constituency, like we have, for example, in another constituency in Nyeri, which is Madera, then it means that more people in Nyeri County can actually be able to go to court at a place that is nearer home. And like you asked, the question of whether it will reduce the duration, it means that if there are courts there, then we'll probably see more judicial officers, meaning that the cases that drag on for long would probably be listened at a shorter time. And at the same time, like I said, if the county government itself provides another court and then the or the judiciary then gives them a magistrate, it means that some of the cases that are actually here that are related to the county government will actually be moved to that particular court, meaning that the backlog of cases in this particular court will have been reduced, and therefore it will mean that people can expect to actually access justice a little bit faster, Sam.